Why do entrepreneurs always say running a business is extremely hard? I would never, ever trade it for another career because the freedom to do things your way, along with other amazing things, is unmatched in any type of business. However, I'm not blind to the fact it's far from sunshine and rainbows. Here's the thing about entrepreneurship: you can give it your all and wind up with nothing to show for, and not just once. You take a mental and physical beating throughout the journey because this is a lifestyle, not a job. It demands a lot, but it also provides a lot. Speaking from experience, there are times where you're not sure if you can take it anymore, despite all the passion in the world. If you're not persistent enough to overcome fear and failures, running a business will eat at you until there's no more meat on the bone. You have to have a really thick skin to endure all the stress and unpredictability that comes with running a business. Many people don't have it, but they find out the truth about themselves too late. I suspect there's a certain percentage of people who think of themselves as entrepreneurs but are really in it for the quick money. Those are the ones that will first tell you about the hardships of entrepreneurship for all the wrong reasons. There are no shortcuts here, no guarantees, and certainly, no quick money. You're going to bleed your soul dry and go through hell and back to grow your brand and your business. Plus, with all the long hours, coffee-fueled nights, and increasing amount of pressure, especially after you secure an investment, it can be a very lonely gig. Your actions affect a number of people that keeps on growing as you scale your business. Running a business requires so much responsibility, and there's rarely a person you can confide in because very few people understand the scope of work involved. The success belongs to everyone, but failures are on you, for the most part. And that hurts deep. Entrepreneurship can be extremely hard and discouraging, particularly when things are not going the way you want. For the most part, it's about being tenacious and stubborn in the best sense to get through it with minimum damage taken. You will fail, no question about that. It's just a matter of allowing it to keep you down or pushing forward. I agree with most of what has been answered, but I think the principal reason entrepreneurs find it hard is that you need to look at who is saying this. Younger entrepreneurs in general, and I know there are always exceptions, seem to expect that everything will fall into their lap in a rather linear fashion, and that all they have to do is keep repeating the entrepreneur mantra, whatever it is that week, and a unicorn will grow. One can't blame them for that, as we have linearist education and experience to the point where resilience is perhaps diminished for them, so there are fewer schools of hard knocks, so it is hard from their perspective because it is unexpected and unusual. In contrast, the older you get, the more you realize that the world doesn't owe you a unicorn, and that also sometimes the work in itself is a good thing in its own right. But that can develop very quickly into cynicism that impedes or stops progress or change and the impetus to do something. More importantly, as the arrogance of youth fades and the wisdom of age sets in, one starts to realize that you can't really control very much, and that most of the key variables may in fact be out of your control: market timing, luck, product market fit. So why bother? If you consider most successful entrepreneurs are usually in their 40s, it's probably because they sit in a sweet spot between arrogance and cynicism and have the optimism of people who get that teams build things, not individuals, usually. The real reason it's hard, though, is, I fear, much simpler: the colossal uncertainty that every day brings is an anathema to what most human would regard as comfortable situations. Facing that every day with dignity and inspiration for others on the team takes large reserves of resilience, with no one you can talk to about it, and that would spread the uncertainty. So I guess I'm saying that it's hard because you have to lead with dignity in the face of colossal uncertainty, and you have no one to talk to about it, and that is hard, particularly if you've never had experiences to equip you with the skills to deal with it, or you've been worn down to the point of not caring.